Yo, yo, is this thing on? Oh, 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 oh. It is Sunday, August 15th. Sunday, August 15th, 2021 is the Iron Abacus War Room. It is pretty light out there. These traders come up and start annoying me later on, asking me questions. That's why I block most of them. Hit the War Room up. Learn some setups. It's the Iron Abacus. Let's do it. Alright. What's going on? Nice empty room. We chilling today. We did do the desk yesterday, so that's going to be a more comprehensive breakdown and run through of the charts. The desks are formatted to cover the block, the currency block. So we'll be working on doing one or two of those also. For pound, Aussie, Kiwi, dollar, and a couple others going forward. Today we're going to cover the Econ calendar. We're going to look at what occurred last week and what we have occurring in the week coming up. So give me a second here. All right. Looking at last week, we had a tremendous move in Wall Street indexes. The Dow Jones and S&P and several others had reached highs the previous week, and then last week they started making new highs. On Monday, we had a gold do bear rally, meaning it rolled straight down to the bottom. And then other than that, it was a pretty chill day. Later on in the week, we didn't have too much on the economic data front to cause too much movements, other than the political jargon that was going down. So we did have the U.S. release a $1 trillion package. This is some good spending. You know, they're gonna be hiring and buying and doing a whole lot of things. So this pushed Wall Street to an all-time high, and sugar even pumped to a 4-year high. So you guys with your sweet tooth out there, it's gonna cost you a little bit more for a while. Get ready. US Q2 labor production missed its forecast, or it fell below forecast and previous from its recent reading. Then we had US inflation come in subdued, so this caused dollar to get weak. As for future forecast, we're looking at that there would be less demand for the dollar based on this inflation reading. US jobless claims came in above forecast, so more people are heading to work. That number was a pullback in the number. So we had strong employment number, and then we saw a pullback as they came in above forecast. So we had more people claiming unemployment last week than the week before. And that was pretty much it for the economic calendar last week. And if you can see, most of the charts, they are still settled in their lower range as far as the dollar goes, meaning the dollar index itself is still swinging pretty high above 92. Expect that to drop in the next, especially after Jackson Hole coming up in this month. All right, now let's take a look at the Econ calendar and what is coming up in the following week, and then we're gonna go into some charting, some technical charting, charted technically, you know. All right, Monday's pretty light. We have nothing to move us, nothing major, nothing crazy. So you guys can just trade your technicals. We expect dollar weakness to continue flowing into the markets. Tuesday we have the pound with its claimant count. If you are not familiar with what claimant counts are, we suggest you look into that. We'll go over more dockets and what they mean at a later episodes. For now, this will just tell you what employment is looking like in the UK. All right, and that will be at 8:30. That would be at 2 a.m. New York for the pound. Now we have several time slots that we look for when we are looking at the Econ calendar, especially if you're day trading and you want to be aware of what's happening. These time blocks tend to be the most volatile due to economic data drops in those segments. So one of them is 2 a.m. The next one would be 5 a.m., which we do have a slew of data coming out of the EU. After that, we have no action until our next mega time slot, which is 8:30 a.m. And we do have some retail sales from month over month in July. We're expecting numbers to be subdued, so we're expecting a pullback. The previous number was 0.006, and we're expecting a forecast of negative 0.003. This will give us an idea also of consumer confidence, a recovery. How's the recovery been looking, as retail sales should be pumping up higher as the economy has opened up more, even though we're seeing the pullback thanks to the Delta variant, and other variants causing extended lockdowns in some areas. All right, moving on. We have 7:50 p.m., which will be New York time, which will be the yen for the balance of trade. Forecast is expecting it is a positive trade, but is expected to pull back from 383 to a forecast of 300 billion. So that is negative for the yen there. Moving on into Wednesday, we are looking at 2 a.m. again. Inflation rate coming out of the UK. Awesome. We're expecting inflation to pull back just a little bit or maybe hold steady. Moving down the time slot, 5 a.m. we have core inflation coming out of the EU and the year-over-year final, so that'll be good lookout. 8:30, another busy day on this Wednesday, as we do have the FOMC minutes later on. We're expecting some taper talk to start emerging, but 8:30 a.m. we have the inflation rate coming out of Canada, and then we have housing starts, building permits, and that's at 8:30, and then at 10:30 a.m. we have the EIA gasoline stocks and crude oil stocks change. Now the day will be pretty much subdued, and expect the market to consolidate going into the FOMC minutes at 2 p.m. New York. You can tune in here at the Iron Advocates. We will be live covering it. So yeah, swing on by. Bring a cigar or two. That's what we're gonna do. All right, moving on. Thursday, we have our 2 a.m. slot is nice and open. There's no action. 5 a.m. no action. We have Turkey doing an MPC meeting summary at 7 a.m. for you Lira traders. 8:30 a.m. we do have the ADP employment change for the CAD and initial jobless claims for the US. This is our weekly rolling average that we look for. We are expecting jobless claims to pull back as more people are definitely hitting the economy, getting out to work, as unemployment benefits in the US are coming to an end at the end of this month. So expect employment numbers to be severely pumped, and this will give the USD a severe pump in the charts. 7 p.m. on that Thursday, we'll have the pound releasing GFK consumer confidence. This is another one to look out for. Let's get here. Expecting a pump up. Maybe a little. Last one was a pump up. But yeah, it is negative, so we should expect a -6. So it should be a positive move there. At 7:05 p.m., RBA Kent speech, as the RBA will be releasing their meeting minutes also this week. And at 9:30 p.m., you have the China loan prime rate for you yuan traders out there. Friday, it's pretty light on the docket, nothing much to move us. It is August. It will be August 20th. The month will be coming to an end. We'll have Jackson Hole coming up, and yep, that's all we have on Econ calendar and what you can expect to move. So USD will be moving on Wednesday. The pound can be start moving on Tuesday, and the CAD will probably see some movement also on the Wednesday. Also, you might see some extended movements after it drops its RBA minutes. Why are they here? Oh well, yeah. Sorry, have it on Thursday. So Thursday we should be seeing some more movements in the Aussie. All right, now we're gonna take a little break, and when we come back, we're gonna dive into the econ. I'm sorry, into the charts. We'll be looking at some technical setups. We'll be looking at some support and resistance. We have done pivots here before, for the past few war rooms. We're gonna change it up slightly bit. We're gonna stick more to the algo setup, and we'll be running through that when we return. So hang on in there. I am the Iron Clerk, and this is the Iron Abacus. Oh.
And a writer, I'm looking for somebody who brings everything to the table. You know, who brings art, who brings their vision, and particularly who bring their brain to the table, so that they're aware of what they're doing and they're making conscious choices.
All right, let's dive into it. We're gonna squeeze through a whole bunch of turn this off for now. We're gonna squeeze through a couple of currency blocks, see the technicals on them. We're gonna start with the good old USD CAD. We're gonna run down the dollar block as we did the euro block on the euro desk. You can check that video out. A little bit in depth into what the methodologies I use are and what we're looking for. All right, we're gonna start with the USD CAD on the weekly. And if you're not familiar already with the template pattern, which is what we're gonna focus on today, get familiar. It is a 21 and 55 EMA with the 833 stochastic. We're looking for confluence. Now the USD CAD here is telling us that it is indeed in a template signal. We did just get a nice little hammer at the top of the 55 EMA, and stochastic has crossed over out of overbought. And now we can probably see some down movement in this pair here, which should put us in line with what we're expecting for dollar flows to shift to the weak side. So we could be seeing a movement here this week as price begins to grind down to what could be the next area of support, which will pin right here. Switch this back to my my golden here you go. This is what technicals are calling for some dollar selling and CAD buying. We're going to drop down to the daily. Now the daily is giving us a pullback, so we'll take a note of this structure here is that we have some broken resistance, broken support, most notably one level here, another level there. Those will be the next levels of note. If you're swinging up, which you should probably be looking if you're trading the daily. Now again, it depends on what you're trading. If you're trading off of the weekly and or the daily, you should have different. You should be looking at different setups. For instance, if you're looking at to sell the weekly template, and you will probably be down on the 4-hour looking for some rollovers. And sure enough, you got your first one here, 2, 3, and looks like it's gonna be some more downside in this pair here. The daily is actually swinging to the top side, and it had just given us a bullish template buy, but it looks like there's more space to be given. So of course we don't look for trades till after the stochastic comes out of its condition, and right now the only one that's given us that condition is the weekly, backed up by a good candle here, good hammer candle, bear candle. When we drop down to the daily, there is no candlesticks I would actually look for, and I would not play this yet. I would be down on the 4-hour. The 4-hour did give us a sell, so if you were trading this template off of the weekly, you got your opportunity to enter here. You have a second. You had a second opportunity last week to enter short again here. Using this area up here as cover for your stop. As you can see, price hit it, came down, broke it, came right below it, swung past it, which is another rule for trading Forex. You want price to break a level, pull back to the level or EMA, whatever it is on your chart, and then use that as a pivot point to swing off of. So here we definitely have some resistance, some that's pushing price down and it's not letting it rise up, and that has been going on now for a total of 2 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. 1, 2, 3. After that pin bar, 3 weeks, price has been unable to has stayed above the 21 EMA on the weekly, but it has not been able to break this level here. So we can expect more downflows in this chart here. That is the euro. That is the USD CAD. And since we are hunting primarily 4-hour templates, the opportunity is has passed last week. This week we should see a drop down and then more opportunities to sell as price continues to grind down. As the price of oil continues to climb up too. So if you're trading the USD CAD, keep an eye on the oil. Oil. All right, that is USD CAD. Let's take a look at USD Yen, another popular pair. We're gonna drop our template on it. There you go. All right, good old USD Yen. Let's take a gander at the upper levels. All right, well, we have some strict consolidation now. We perform some traditional type of analysis. We can see that we have a 1, 2, a wedge pattern here. You can actually move down. Price could just break right back in and come right back down, putting us in line with the other trade setups that we're looking at. So price could come back down. Price won't break out of here till it hits the apex, and it looks like a move up. This is a move up, pullback, consolidation, and at the end of this apex here, you'll be seeing a move to the top side. Now the technicals are saying this is a sell pattern going on, and this is the monthly USD again on the monthly we're looking at. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly has just rolled to the top side, so this could be more consolidation here before it rolls back down. It is at the top of its range, and that's usually a high open will lead to a low close. So we can see some pushing down here. Let's drop down to the daily. So we have a bullish on the weekly. I'll go back up again, sorry. You have a bull template playing out on the weekly. It just went into the condition. The daily gave us a couple of bull templates, but they were falling. So you should, if you are trading templates on the daily, you would be breaking even here. EMAs are wavering, looking like they're not gonna make it, Captain. They just want to roll back over. And if technicals prove right, should see a move to this rising support line. Maybe price broke out there. All right, let's drop down to the 4-hour, which is where we hunt our main trades. We do have a bullish template playing out, but we did have some strong dollar selling last week. So, you know, with caution. Now, granted that the condition plays out and the 4-hour comes out of there, we will be looking for a trade. There was a loss here. What was it? No, I took a deviation trade from the bottom here. The loss was on the USD CAD actually. As you can see, the pattern is playing out to the top side. So what this is saying here is on the 4-hour USD yen, we're looking at a template, and that might push us back up this week, as it's looking like a very head and shoulder-ish type of environment, whereas we can see something like this. As it imitates the other side and completes the scoop up. So the bull template is playing to the top side on the USD yen. Awesome. All right, let's see. Boom, 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 boom. We're gonna take a look at the pound dollar. Another famous one people like to look at will be, you know what? Let's look at the Aussie Kiwi. I've been liking the patterns playing out on that. So we're gonna take a quick break, come back, and continue. This is the Iron Clark. This is the Iron Abacus. Thanks for tuning in.
Let's make it better. But, just writing from a place of understanding rather than from a place of fear, where you're just grateful for any idea that comes along and you don't want to change it because you don't know how. It's not about the ideas, it's about how you support the ideas.
Pew pew. All right. Well, we're gonna keep it pretty light. Head out to the gym, do a little food shopping, eat some tacos. It is that kind of a day. So we're gonna wrap it up here for this week's War Room session. We'll be dedicating more effort into making the desk videos, so those will be a little bit more clearer, more understandable. Today's War Room sessions are meant to showcase how we look at the calendar and prepare for future events. As most fundamental events will play out on the calendar over the course of time. So either way, it is Sunday, August, what did I say it was? 15th, 2021. We have a new week starting up in the FX space. The stream will be going live this week. We will have more content coming out on through Twitter pertaining to the economic calendar, and of course, we're working on our YouTube format. Now, just came in to sign off for you guys. Thanks for tuning in and watching the War Room. We'll be live all week again. This is the Iron Clerk for the Iron Abacus. Peace.